Hello everyone, happy Monday. We are back with making art together. Our Monday is a time for us to sit down and create together to continue kind of practicing our artistic mindset. So we are going to be joined by Dayna today, and she's going to show us both a fancy version and a modified version of how to make some cool crayons for your art room or for your own personal use. So we're gonna get a little crafty today. I'm excited. So we're gonna get Dayna in here, and then she'll show you some modified versions too, just because I know the initial prompt said pool noodles, and I'm not gonna lie, I tried finding pool noodles and I didn't have time to grab some. So we are going to modify some versions as well. So Dayna will be joining us. Maybe. Let's see. Hi, Dayna. How are you?
I'm good, Sarah. How are you?
I'm good. You look so ready in your crafty studio. It's perfect.
Yes, it is very messy, but here's my collection of pool noodles. So the key is to collect over the summer. Every time you find a color, buy it.
Right? I know. I was going to say, I'm like, I feel like you got it all figured out, but your classroom has such cool decor in it too. So I feel like it's going to be fun whether you make it with us today or make it with us later. So Dayna's going to get us started on how at least she does the pool noodle version. And then she's chatting with me about another option that we can do with just like cardboard tubes. So we're going to do that version today too. Before we get started, Dayna, can you tell everybody, you're like, yes.
I'm ready.
Can you tell everybody about you, where you're at, who you teach?
I'm Dayna Ensminger. I'm a K-5 elementary art teacher in South Jersey. I've been there for 11 years at this school, give or take. I guess I taught for 12 years. You know how 1 year was like a year-long sub? I don't know what counts, Yeah. But, I've been there so like over a decade, which is weird. Because as I'm telling the students that, I'm like, my fifth graders, like, oh, that's when you were born. So I'm getting to that, like, oh, shoot, it's that weird, mentality now. But yeah, I make color pencil necklaces, which many of you already know. So this is my little studio. It is a mess, but I know where everything is. My classroom, my classroom is neater than here, which is fine.
Girl, I don't even want to show you behind the scenes of my studio right now. I got boxes, I got stuff stacked, but I'm like, well, I have a mural and a chair, so clearly it's pristine.
Pretty little corner. That's all it needs. Yes, that's all Instagram life is. You just show the corner, and that's what it is.
It's perfect. Okay, well, show us first, because you have like both examples of what we'll be doing. If you could just give us like a somewhat speedy breakdown of the pool noodle one so we can see what that looks like. We'd love to start there. And then I'll just kind of like observe along with.
Great. All right. So I'm going to lower you. We'll see. I don't know.
Yes.
I might need to raise you. All right. It's almost Halloween with the crazy knife.
I know. I was like, we've got a little watch out, beware situation.
Yes.
I always want to put, I probably shouldn't even say it out loud, but I always want to put like fake severed fingers or severed hands by my teacher at school, because I think that'd be so funny. But then, as an elementary teacher, probably traumatizing, let's be honest.
You're going to get parents not understanding the gag. All right.
So not going to do that, but just saying it'd be funny, and then there it is.
Maybe you could like animal.
Yes.
Like,
okay.
So it's not
be traumatizing.
So we have our pool noodle. You want to first decide how big you want it. So I'm going to base it off of one of my previously made ones.
Yes.
So you want to go like a little higher because you are going to cut into it. So gentle. This is like my craft knife I use for when I chop up crayons to make stuff for kids. Like party one. So you just cut straight through. Comes right off.
Yeah.
Okay, next. So what we're going to do is we're going to kind of like cut on an angle, and we're going to save some of the bigger pieces.
Okay.
So
what are the bigger pieces for?
So we're going to stuff like the nose of it so it gets that nice.
Yes. How long do you feel like it took you to make each of those crayons?
Once I got good at it, it was quicker. It was at first, you're all nervous and you're going to take a while, but then it was really quick. The tape's the hardest part because you got to peel that.
Right.
And then I made the boxes. So by the way, if anyone you want to make the box, this is just a cereal box.
Yes.
So
they're amazing.
So I trimmed like here. So it's just going on a slant. It doesn't have to be, it's okay if you nick in the middle a little bit. So I found, let me see what flew. So you just take one of your longer pieces, and this is discard it, you can stuff it in there. If you want to extra stuff it, you can, but all I did was just give it a little, maybe I'll put 2.
Get it, girl.
Yes.
And I noticed for your crayons that are on display in your classroom, can you just give us a little insight into how you display them? Like what the boxes all indicate?
Yeah, so I have a warm and cool boxes. I also have primary and secondary. I have all the rainbow colors. And I think because I'm, finding so many colorful pool noodles, I was able to do analogous and neutral. You can also pool noodles. So
I'm like, how are you finding brown pool noodles? But that's impressive.
Oh, yeah, I think all right. So look, you get all your tape. Duct tape brand. I know, I'm like a saleswoman right now.
It's so good.
Duct tape you can find at Walmart, easy. They have it in the craft section. But sometimes I couldn't find certain colors, like for instance, this bright green. But I wanted a dark green, especially for the box. So they make, at the hardware store, I went to Lowe's. 3M makes more like the primary colors, like the more solid. Like I could not for the life of me, for whatever reason, find these colors, but 3M makes these. So 3M and Duct Tape brand have like all your rainbow colorful needs. Get them both. You'll have everything.
I feel like if you don't have just a bin or some drawer of every color of tape imaginable, like it's electrical tape for me because I use it to mark a lot of my floor spots. So that one too.
You could probably, that would be because I know they make lots of cool colors. You could probably use electrical tape just as long as maybe you put a little bit more glue. I don't use any glue for this, but glue would probably help if you were doing electrical tape. All right.
Right.
Just it a little bit. All right. So I'm going to use this nice aqua color. So because I ripped it a little bit. So what you want to do is take like a 3 or 4 inch section, like just cut it, and then you're going to start wrapping the top. So I can just place it here on an angle, like nice and tight because you first want to get it tight.
This is probably going to feel like a weird question, but do you technically even need the color of the pool noodle to match your like tape if you're going to cover the tape over the whole thing? Or can the pool noodle just be the structure?
So that is a good question. If you want to just cover the pool noodle with it, you can, but I do leave it open here. I only cover the top and the bottom. But that is a great question. So for ones that you could totally wrap some that if you have, if you can only find purple, wrap them all up and change the color.
Right? I mean, art teachers are problem solvers to the max, obviously.
Yes, but I'm just crazy and need everything color-coded, and I
don't think that's crazy. I think that's knowing what you like and knowing what you want. Okay, so you're wrapping the top a little bit, and we're going to do a version of this just for those of you all that are joining in here. We wanted to see Dayna's pool noodle version because that one's super cool. It's nice and big and bold, easy for kids to see in the classroom if you're looking for a little more like classroom decor, or ones that kids could make. That'd be super fun too. But we're gonna do a smaller version too, since we know pool noodles are kind of like not in season in the fall times. So if you were like me and was like frantically trying to find pool noodles and didn't order them ahead of time, then you are pool noodle list.
It's all good. So go take off all the paper towels on your roll and bring it down. Right, so what you want to make sure is that you cover like where it curves, because then we're going to lay a piece across to hide all of our little hat pieces, all these little corners. Yes. So you want to make sure it's far enough. Now this is too thick. I think I cut it in half, split it to make it thinner.
Okay, yes, I think that makes perfect sense. I initially, the pool noodle is so neatly done that I thought this centerpiece was tape, but now that you said it's pool noodle, I'm like, oh, okay, now I get it. That makes more sense. I love it. And in your classroom, do the kids ever ask to play with the crayons, or is it like a whole thing? What's the
So
vibe there?
that's a good question. They will, because it is kind of reachable. It's in our like choice time area. They will sometimes go up and touch them. Like, I don't really take them out because, again, it's not perfect. This is peeling a little bit because the washi tape is so thin it won't stick to itself. So I don't maybe they kind of touch it while it's in the box, but don't let them like play. But that was a good question.
Right.
I do put it some Velcro on the back, so for visuals that I can just pop it off the wall and bring it over, and then we can use it as like a good all right, here, which box is warm, which box is cool.
Yeah,
all right.
It's nice to have 3D things that they can see and touch and feel. Yeah.
So I'm just wrapping this around, making sure, I like to make sure it's nice and straight, that it covers itself, and it's pretty forgiving. So if you stick it on the wrong spot, it's duct tape. You'll be fine.
We've been doing taping of sketchbooks because I have to tape the spine and then the edges, and I can just tell I'm hearing the duct tape noise, and I'm just brought back instantly to my classroom, like the tape noise. It's a little traumatizing, not gonna lie, but I'm here for it.
You're gonna be twitching for a little bit.
It's all part of it.
All right, so now I'm going to make sure, so you can do 2 layers. I'll just leave it at 1 for the sake of time, but then I'm just going to cover the bottom hole just because might as well make it a solid crayon.
Yes, perfect.
Just push in.
Have you ever made any version of a sculptural piece like this with your students, Dayna?
No, so I made these, I guess, a year or 2 ago, but we haven't, done, COVID life, so there wasn't much of like, let's do lots of group stuff.
Yeah.
So, but that would be something, especially to get them to learn how to do, sculpture and work as a team.
Totally.
We do have a lot of actually extra pool noodles. Right now I'm just covering the bottom with that other piece.
Yep.
I have a box of pool noodles, thankfully, because my school bought a bunch for the kids during recess time, like when it's like indoor recess, give them something to do when it was like the pandemic, so they could like play with it, like
nice.
Whacker, but they could like a tempo play
Drum with them or something. Yeah.
So here's the crayon itself.
Love it.
And then what you could do is take your washi tape, because it is the perfect thinness for top and bottom. I'm not sure if I have enough. Let's hope.
Just do like the half.
I know. But if not, I have the duct tape, because that's how I made. So the wider roll duct tape is how we can make the label here.
Perfect.
This is just for the sake of this. But like I said, the washi doesn't stick as great, but it's easier than me cutting up a bunch of tape.
I love it.
All right, we got one done.
I feel like it's very satisfying when you come back around the circle and it lines up perfectly. Just saying. I'm watching it happen, Dayna, and it's giving me all sorts of like happy feelings.
We made it. We made it.
We did it. I also appreciate your dedication to like reality with the strip a little lower than the shiny crayon part because it's on the paper. So
again, attention to detail is.
I know it's where it's at.
Existence, but.
Okay, so then our last part, obviously, yes, add your final detail.
So you can figure out, which way you want to do it. So you make sure kind of matches what you previously did, and all you do is like round the edges. If you want to get real fancy, people, you could get a white marker and write over it. Make a little label of the color, or get your Cricut ready and make the label.
Really, yes. How much energy do we want to put towards it? I love it. It's gauging your creativity, gauging your goals.
Differentiation, Sarah. Differentiation for those.
For those of us that are like very particular and want to create our own die cuts of some label or title.
That will probably get massacred by a child at some point. But this will be like, oh, toy. All right, so you make it however you want. Find whichever side you want to be the front. So I know I'm pretty particular. So about here, I just like to make sure it's not the side where it ended.
Yes.
So we don't see the Okay, and we
Yes.
have
Yay! Oh my god, that was so fast. That was great. Okay, I love it.
All right.
Those are Dayna's like quick and easy pool noodle versions, which would be really fun for a classroom. While you are transitioning to doing, we're gonna do the paper cardboard tube version next. So y'all can kind of see we get a twofer today, so we can get two versions to check out. But we're gonna do the cardboard tube version. And I had a question here, Dayna, about hanging them above the tables. So like if you wanted, I guess if you want, let me specify. This friend that asked, are you asking like hanging them so they're just like floating in the air or in the box like Dayna had? Anyways, yes, I also loved the reminder too that this is a good alternative to paper mache. Yes, if we have foam or something different on the inside, that's always nice to give some structure besides just needing to build like cardboard or something like that. How would you hang them?
If you were to hang them, you could really just use like a needle and fishing line, I would think.
Oh yeah, I like the needle idea. Floating in the air, yes. Fishing line. Yeah,
they're so light. They're lightweight. Or if you can't, fishing line sometimes gets tangled. Dental floss. That's what I did for my wedding. I actually hung like shards of plastic in different colors, like behind our backdrop. Dental floss. Strong, clear. It was great. So you're hanging them. Yeah. Pop it through. Honestly, you could probably make a little knot on one side or however you're putting it. Poke it right through. I think it should be good.
Perfect.
I think.
I love it.
All right.
Okay, let's cruise. I'm gonna turn my camera down now so I can make with you. I got my purple stuff ready, but we're gonna do a little baby version. Do you have an example of that one, Dayna?
Here's my little baby.
So cute.
I know. It's like, so if you didn't get those Wendy's crayons, here you go. Make your own.
Yes, we can take control over the things that we have. Yes. Okay, how will you start?
I did write out everything, so we have our plans. So I'm going to make a darker version. Beautiful. Now, if you have two colors to do, the under, like the crayon color and the label.
Yes.
That's great. If you don't have that, then you can always color yourself. A 3-inch. This is just a Parmesan circle.
Yeah.
You don't have that. The inside of the tape seems to be about right.
Okay.
Ruler, pencil, scissors, and a marker.
Okay, perfect.
Okay. So what we'll first do for our bigger part, so the wrap, so the darker color, our dark color paper.
Got it. And we grab some dark paste paper.
Good. Perfect. And we're going to need it to be a 4x6.
Okay. You're really making measures today.
Put your thinking caps on. You can also just stick, and my bad, we also need a hot glue gun. You can use regular glue, but the sake of time, because I know we're on a zip.
Yep.
Plug in my hot glue.
I love it. My little hot glue gun has been smoking up a storm over here, just like getting all ready for me.
All right, so I'm gonna make it.
And right now we're doing the center part. How are we? Because you initially at the other one did the cone part first. I assume you're gonna show us the trick for that one.
Yeah, so we will glue. We'll make all our pieces, and then we'll put our pieces together.
Oh, perfect.
So,
I'm getting ahead of myself. Okay, cool.
No, fine. It's good you asked that because I was, practicing, and I was like, oh, I need to do it this way.
All right, so we've got our bigger piece, 4x6.
Yep. So make it 6. And if it's a little longer or shorter, that's like a hair is fine. It's not exact because it will overlap.
Right.
Like 4. Now, if your tube is like slightly different, 4, mine's like what, 3 and 7, 3 3/4. I'm not sure. Whatever. It could be a little longer.
Yeah, it's like all sort of wiggly directions. Doesn't have to be exact.
Some of these little numbers, I don't know what they are, so I'm just gonna You know, it's like the 5/8. I don't know. I'm just gonna go.
It's like trying to teach the kiddos. The measuring is very much of a difficult skill. It's sometimes
Absolutely.
the little millimeters can be very tricky for friends.
All right, so I have this shape.
Okay.
So
Got our little rectangle. Not gonna lie, I kind of just guessed because I was like picturing a 4x6 photo, and I'm like, yeah, this will work.
Good. Yeah, that's a great visual. The children might not know what a photo is because they don't print things out, do they?
That's true.
I know. Our measurements or our thoughts on things is way different than what they think. And with the dark one, you're also going to need that circle. So
okay, perfect.
That shape, you have something to trace. We will trace our circle. That's about a 3-inch diameter, if anybody needs to know. 3 inches.
And have you done a lot of like paper crafts with students with little cardboard tubes or anything like that?
I really haven't, but I have a whole stock in my room, so that would be something I should think of this year. Have you done, I know you do a lot of like cool sculpture stuff. Is there anything
I mean,
coming
I
up for
also
you?
have a little collection, but it's kind of for like when you're, the inspiration hits you kind of thing, or if the students want them for choice. But I think like it would be interesting to try something like this for sure. Okay, we've got our rectangle. We got our circle.
All right, awesome. We got those two shapes. Perfect.
Yes.
Now we're going to need our slightly lighter color. Don't let this mess us up because it's light and dark. So our slightly lighter color for the label. This needs to be 3x6 now.
Okay, so smaller. See, this is me with my like very official measuring. I'm like, yeah, skinny. I mean, and that's the nice thing too, is for something like sculptural, you can just be more just looking at the actual piece. Like, if it's going to be a little bit quicker, that's definitely going to help. Because I think mine is longer than yours. I don't know why.
Oh.
I don't know. It is.
Oh, yeah. Did you cut yours down, or is it?
No, I didn't. But
I guess
maybe somebody did. I don't know.
I guess we have different paper towel rolls in our states.
Look at that. I think maybe somebody donated them and then cut a paper towel thing in half or something, but I'm not going to try to figure it out.
All right, and this one, 3. Why is it look crooked?
Yes.
Double check. All right. Check twice, cut once. Measure twice.
You're smart. I'm like, chomp.
I've done it too much.
This is my Monday mood today. I'm just like, let's go. Not you, just in general.
I know. So you'll notice that it will fit right on top. I guess it's up. So we can, I guess, glue it on. Maybe if you were working with kids, have a glue stick to glue it right on. Obviously, but I did hot glue it secondary on here. But before that, don't forget to make your lines. If you want to make an oval label in the center, just be careful. It should go this way because the line. So do that with your marker.
And the lines, I'm sure you probably know by now, the lines there's a very specific swoop to them, but I'm going to just kind of make it up a little bit because it doesn't have to be on brand with Crayola or whatever brand we are envisioning.
We don't need a C&D anyway, so.
Right? It's good.
So I'll just make 2 lines and I can go back with it later.
Cool. There's something also just very satisfying about a fresh Sharpie and like coloring something in. It's
you're right.
Very satisfying.
I know.
Okay. Got the lines.
All right, what do you want to do? Do you want to glue this on top, or do we want to?
Girl, I already glued it.
Oh, you're right. You are ahead of me. Let me my glue. Luckily, I have my little glue stash right next to me.
I had my glue stick, and I was just like, let's just go for it.
Yeah.
Although I do feel like sometimes big pieces of paper, when using a glue stick, tell me in the comments, my people. I feel like sometimes the glue stick on a big piece of paper is like, nah, I don't want to. It just kind of peels off, right? So that's why we tend to use, I mean, in our classroom, tend to use that white glue for bigger pieces, but this will work for shout.
Oh yeah, me too. It's very, like it dries before the kid makes it to the other end, you know?
For sure. And then they're like trying to put two pieces together like this, and it's very sad. Yes.
Okay, so with your circle, whether you free cut it or make a little dot and a line, totally your call, but we are just going to make like just a little snip. One cut to the center.
Mm-hmm. That's how we're going to get our little cone, friend.
Up.
Woo! I love that.
Without cutting it out, and then you just will, and this is again, with kids, you can certainly use regular glue, but for the sake of time, hot glue, adults, and you're just going to crisscross it over and make it as tight as you want.
Do you usually set it inside of the?
I did for this one.
Okay.
Yes.
I got you.
We will make our little hat first. So I have my glue gun.
Try not to give myself a burn today.
I know. One more thing.
Like the biggest, most intense glue gun for the smallest project. Because why wouldn't I? That makes the most sense in my brain.
That's whatever you got. I mean, I have so many little ones that don't do much.
Right, I know. I'm always like, y'all, this is just Mrs. K's glue gun because we need one that's like gonna actually do something.
Oh, and what you could do, Sarah, now that I'm looking at your like painted paper, you could have kids like invent their own crayon and maybe make their own color. I know people have done that in paper mache.
Yes. Yeah.
But they could paint like a painted paper underneath.
Yep.
Label on top. Call it what they want.
I love it.
All right, I'm gonna write that down for myself.
Yes. Don't forget now.
I know.
That would be really fun to use some of your paper towel pieces.
Exactly.
Just saying. Okay, I got my little crayon tip in there. I'm like,
okay,
ready to go.
So if it doesn't fit right, you can do little snips. So actually, I'll do that for mine. And I would suggest gluing it so it doesn't fall into the hole.
Yes.
So I will give it little bends.
Little tack glue.
So I'm kind of like bending it into itself a little bit to make this. Again, we're learning sculpture. What is this? A cone. A cone shape.
Yes. Okay. I'm like real into the building right now. I'm like chopping stuff apart. It's really great.
Get all that Monday aggression out.
What? I didn't say that. You're putting words in my mouth. Okay. Are you got your cone in there, girl?
Yeah, you're ahead of me.
Well, I'm being quick. Mine is a colored pencil.
Like if you want to make it color pencil, make it a color pencil.
Yes. Maybe I need to like do the little tip on it and do the little curly edge. You know, the little, what's it called? Sharpened edge. I'm gonna just pretend that, I think maybe once this gets on there, it might look a little more crayon-like.
I mean, if you use a longer one, or like a really long one, like a paper towel roll, it would definitely, you could make a pencil. Oh,
for sure. Yeah, I love it.
This one's not like I made today. All right, sticking in a little bit.
Mine's got some bumps in it. It's okay. It's like when you first use a crayon and it's got this little divot in it. It's fine.
True. Okay, then the last step, we're just going to simply glue this around. Okay. So, again, careful. So check where your line is because you'll probably want it to match up there so you don't, so you have a back and a front.
Right. Make it so that it's on the back side of the, like, most not pretty portion of your cone. Like mine is real crazy.
That's what I do. And then you just roll it up and then you'll glue it together.
Come on, baby. Roll it up.
And then I just do another line to end it. Certain color papers I noticed when I was making some in school, they kind of discolor because I think they burn slightly. So do be careful when you're using hot glue.
I think you're right. I think that does happen.
Did yours discolor?
No, but it's real hot.
Oh yeah, this had like pink on it, but I think it went away. It was like bright pink.
Real cray. I love it. This is so cute. I also think it'd just be really fun, like, to add something to it. You could do a writing on it. You could have, I mean, there's just so many fun, or I don't know, make a class mobile with all the crayons. Like this sounds so adorable. I love it. Let's see how yours turned out.
Show me the crayons.
They're so
cute. Look at our adorable little ones.
So cute. Oh my gosh, Dayna. Okay, so thank you for showing us 2 projects. That was amazing. You're so speedy. Can you tell us where people can follow you along on your art teacher adventures?
Yeah, you can follow me at Bright Day Designs on Instagram. I'm also on TikTok, but I just basically repost from one to the other. So as long as you follow me on something, but Instagram's the best place.
Perfect. And Dayna, can you just end us with, because you did such a great job sharing these fun things for your classroom, end us with maybe just a little something that you think is going to help us through the school year, some encouraging words or some positivity suggestions for continuing through our school year.
Just, we should all be, you know, we're through some of the hardest times of our lives. We're finally able to do all the fun stuff that we haven't been able to do. So just enjoy it. Take it slow. Take your time and just have fun with the kids and really like enjoy the time you have and all the stuff and all the cool, great art you get to make with them.
I love it. I appreciate it. I needed to hear that today too. So thank you for sharing that, Dayna. Awesome. Well, I will be sharing after the fact a couple fun things from AWU that can help to supplement your ideas in your classroom. I'll also be sharing some things from Dayna's page so y'all can check out some of the things she's been up to. And then make sure to, if you are creating with us today, post your creation in your story and tag the Art of Ed and Dayna at Bright Day Designs, and then use our hashtag AWU Live so we can see what y'all are up to. That'd be amazing. All right, y'all. So have a great Monday, Dayna. Thank you so much, my friend. Yes, we will see y'all later.
Bye, everybody.
Thanks. Bye.